What's going on, baby? This your boy Manuel Godoy. Today we are not on Zoom. It's not because I don't like Zoom. It's simply because I got to give a lot of information today. Today is not a low information day where I'm just chatting with you guys and having fun. I will be answering questions though at the end, no matter what, like I always do, right? But today is not one of those days. Today we're actually talking about the actual details. All right, so we're not going to be playing games today. Today we're going to be making massive updates when it comes to what to expect over the next 2 months. I say 2 months because that's really when we start seeing the make or break of the Black Sands anime, right? Like, like you would think, oh yeah, we'll find out about Black Sands and where it went next year, and next summer we'll have updates. Nah, you're gonna have updates like in a couple of weeks, but the big updates are gonna come in October. All right, October is probably one of the biggest shows of the year, and we are gonna be super excited about that. But first, as I always do, I want everybody here to let me know what region they're in, and if they already invested, just say, "Hey, I'm in here and I already invested," or "Here, I haven't invested yet." Right? But tell me where you're representing, especially if you're overseas, man. I love my overseas people, man. Holla at my boy, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Somebody said something about, oh yeah, I don't like AI at all, so I would avoid talking about AI in this meeting. I don't want any distractions, and I know a lot of people bring up AI to try and push it, especially if they're invested in AI. We're not going to talk about AI here, okay? Not today. What's up? What's up? Oh, we got a whole bunch of people in here who already invested. What's up, peoples? A lot of my Michigan people, Florida, Jacksonville. By the way, smash that like button. The algorithm gods don't like sharing things unless you smash the like button. So you got to smash the like button. You got to share this video. Otherwise, the algorithm gods are gonna be like, nobody's interested, right? So let's go and push them numbers. Let's push them numbers. All right. So what's the agenda for today? Today's agenda is about talking about the deliverables, the short-term goals, and where we are selling first, right? Believe it or not, Black Sands doesn't start selling when we're doing movies, all right? When the movie tickets start selling, that is not the first sales. The first sales is international rights, all right? That's what we want to do. We want to get international rights and we want to get domestic rights sold, right? Now, we already have a great partner for domestic rights, so we're not really going to focus on that today, but we do have to sell foreign rights. So we are going to be working on that today. We're going to be telling you all this information. It's going to be pretty exciting, especially if you're somebody who likes details, right? A lot of people, right, they're flying at the hip. They don't necessarily need too much details. But when it comes to this one, you're going to want the details because, now you're a profit sharing investor. At least that's assuming you invested, right? There might be some people here in the crowd who hasn't invested yet, but people who have invested, you're profiting off of this. So you need to know exactly what the details are. You know what I mean? Uh, let's see. Now, what's got to be done with the contracts? We're about to tell you because that's part of the reason why we're in this conversation, right? So I think we're going to deal with that first. I think that's the first thing we're going to talk about is the contracts, and then we're going to talk about the actual game plan going forward, right? So first thing, contracts, right? So we are going to be going into production very soon, like literally in like 2 weeks. We're going to go into full production in 2 weeks. And in order to do that, obviously we need capital. So we're going to do our first pull of capital in the investment round. So the way WeFunder works is this. You get two pulls. You only get two pulls. One sometime in the middle and then at the very end, right? So after we've raised 2.25 million. Now the thing about it is to raise 2.25 million, it might take a couple of months, right? It might take a couple of months. So 2.25 million is going to be a while. It's going to be a while for that. But as far as this first pull is going to happen in like next week, right? So at the end of the week, we're going to be pulling that first massive chunk of money so that we can actually deploy all the artists, the animators, whatever, directors, hire the right people. All that stuff's going to be happening immediately. Now, the thing about it is, when you pull contracts, I mean, when you pull money, right? You can't pull money on investors who are not locked in. It's important, all right? So any veterans of the investment round, and if you invested in 2023 in the early bird, all right? If you invested in 2023 in the early bird, please say something in the comment section. I'll pull you up, all right? Please say something in the comment section saying, hey, I invested early bird back in 2023. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm talking about your experience, okay? So when it comes down to somebody who invested in the early bird, anybody who invested in the early bird, regardless of which round it was, I took money out early. I didn't wait until we hit max and then took out money. I took money out early every time. And when I did that, people got their contracts locked early. Do you understand? So Patrick right here, oh, my bad, not Patrick. Trend. Yeah, Trend. So I basically pulled the money early. And what happens is this: if you're an investor who invested early in 2023, your contract was signed within like the first month of the first couple of weeks of the investment round. You know what I'm saying? Because you were in before at the amount before the campaign lock, basically, right? And what happened was those investors who invested early and got locked in, they got their investor cards like 2 months before everybody else. Everybody else had to wait until the investment round was over. And then they had to wait even longer for the actual cards. Whereas the people who were investors in earlier, who locked in their amount earlier, they actually got their investor cards early because I can actually order them, right? I can't order anything until the end of the campaign because people can cancel their investments. When your contract is locked, you can't cancel your investment anymore. You signed the contract. I signed the contract. You now have an official contract with Black Sands, the anime, or Black Sands Entertainment, or whatever. And that contract is officially binding at that point. You understand? So what I'm trying to say to all of you guys is, if you haven't invested in Black Sands, the anime, by Wednesday, so if you haven't done it by Wednesday, you're going to have to wait months, if not 3-4 months, to get the investor card, to get your contract, and to be locked in, right? And people can be dropped. It happens all the time. People get dropped all the time in the investment pool. And then they'd be talking to me, wait a minute, I thought I was in. And I'm be like, I can't do anything about it. That's WeFunder. WeFunder handles all that. So if you're not locked in by Wednesday, like as far as like your investment amount, what you're putting in, most likely you're not going to be able to get in. Now, it doesn't mean that people who are locked into contract on Wednesday, right? It doesn't mean that those people can't invest more in the future, right? It'll just be a completely different contract. It'll be a completely different pool, right? And that one will lock like 2 or 3 months later. But as far as getting your cards early and also getting your contract early, that will only happen if you're basically all in by Wednesday. All right, just a heads up. Let me see here. Now, the thing about it is, let's go look at the campaign, see where we're at right now, because I do want to check on that real quick. So let's see here. Boom. All right, so right now, if you guys look, we are basically about to cross $900,000. So great job, team. Great job, right? We're about to cross $900,000. That's pretty awesome, right? I kind of want to get to like $1 million before I pull, but I think it's going to happen pretty quickly because a lot of people, especially people who are on the fence, they're probably going to try to lock in before Wednesday so they can get their contracts early. If you guys don't have the link to the investment round, it's in the description, but I know a lot of people can't find a description on their mobile phone, so I'm putting it in the chat. So if you still want to invest and you haven't invested yet, right, or you want to increase your investment or whatever, you can click that link right there. You can do it right now. I'm one of those people that believes 100% Go ahead and do it now. Don't wait, because at the end of the day, this conversation ain't gonna end. We're gonna be talking for a minute. All right, we're gonna be talking for a minute. Best to do it now while it's on your mind than say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it after the meeting," and then totally forget. People forget all the time. Their wife starts talking to them. I know that happens to me. Sometimes I get asked to do something and I totally forget about all my other responsibilities. So 100%, uh, just if you haven't invested yet, or if you want to increase your investment, now's the time to do it. Remember, we're locking on Wednesday. It's very important. Now, we know that. Now we know what the heck we're doing, right? What we're doing with Black Sands. At this point, it's time to talk about the deliverables, right? What are we doing with the money? We're taking the money out early. What the hell are we doing with the money? What is our responsibilities? What do you expect from Black Sands, right? What do you expect from Black Sands? Let's see. So first of all, let's go with let me go and read this. So I'm going to tell you about a very special show. So in October, we have one of the biggest shows in the world. It's in France. It's called MIPCOM. And MIPCOM is basically the show for licensing rights for whatever TV, film, whatever show in the world. So basically, everybody in the world travels to France once a year to sell rights, to buy rights and sell rights, right? So, one of these questions here, let me just answer this question here now, just so I don't have no confusion. Where do I go to sign the contract? You don't go anywhere. WeFunder is going to email you, just like WeFunder emailed you earlier about commitments. Remember, everybody kept asking me, how do I lock in my, how do I confirm my investment? How do I confirm? And remember, I kept telling you they're going to email you eventually. And right when the round went public, what happened? They all emailed you, right? And they said, hey, it's time to confirm your investment. And they sent that email like 3 times. So that's what's going to happen here. Okay. They're going to send the same thing. They're going to be like, hey, Black Sands is locking contracts. Are you good to go, or do you want to cancel? What do you want to do? And then they're going to be like, they're going to give you like 2 days or something to make a decision. And then they're going to lock them. All right. So yeah, don't worry about that. Once you're in, they're going to send mass contracts to all you guys, and I'm going to have to sign all those contracts as well. Don't worry about that process. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be right in your email. Okay. So long as you're getting WeFunder emails, you're good to go. Okay, back to MIPCOM. So MIPCOM, what is MIPCOM, right? MIPCOM is like the biggest show in the world when it comes to licensing and selling rights for distribution, right? So you want to get a show in Netflix, Korea, right? You sell it at what's it called? If you want to get distribution rights in Saudi Arabia, right? You got to sell those rights in what's it called? Now they have no creative control, so that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is simply buying rights so that they can be a distributor in that country, right? Because there's probably different companies that run all the movie theaters, right? Usually it's big conglomerates. It's not usually indies. It's usually big conglomerates. And, they want to make sure that they have the rights to that exclusively. So they buy those rights at MIPCOM, stuff like that. So that's basically what's going to happen when it comes to the investment. When it comes to our show. And we have to prepare for MIPCOM in ways that are going to make deliverables to you guys very dynamic. All right. So you guys are going to be seeing stuff almost all the time because of all the material that we have to develop over this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be reading basically the rundown on what to expect from Black Sands over the next like 2 months from Carl Reed. So Carl Reed put this together for us. He put down this one sheet specifically so it could be more simple to understand. Like you don't have to see like a spreadsheet of all these numbers and everything else. He gave me a rundown on that. So I'm going to read it to you guys, right? And then after I read it to you guys, I'll open up the floor for questions and stuff like that, okay? But first I want to read it to you guys. And I'll also stop talking if I feel like we need to have a discussion about a very specific part, right? So if we're going through and I read something and I say, hey, let's expand that part, right? Then I'm going to stop and go from this, right? Okay, let's see. Let's go. Boom. All right. So Black Sands anime update, right? The road to MIPCOM. So MIPCOM is the international industry's premier global content market. This annual event in Cannes, France, attracts the top-tier television and film industry professionals from around the world. Our primary objective for MIPCOM is to generate significant interest in the international sales of Black Sands. This event presents a pivotal opportunity to showcase our project to a global audience of buyers and distributors. Potentially securing pre-sales and distribution deals will be crucial to the project's success and return on investment. Our journey from mid-August to early October is strategically planned to maximize our impact at MIPCOM. Here's our comprehensive approach. The initial phase, our creative team will focus on finalizing the remaining scripts for Black Sands. The crucial step will solidify our narrative foundation, ensuring that our story is compelling and marketable to an international audience. A polished script is not just a creative necessity, it's a valuable asset that will drive interest for potential buyers and partners across different territories. Following this, we'll initiate two critical processes: producing animation tests and developing our series Bible. The animation test will serve as a visual proof of concept, demonstrating the unique art style and tone of Black Sands to potential international buyers. Concurrently, we'll craft a comprehensive series Bible, a document that will be instrumental in communicating our visions to potential buyers from various global markets. This Bible will detail the show's concept, character arcs, world building elements, and overall narrative structure, providing a clear picture of the series' commercial potential on an international scale. All right. Now we're going to stop right there for a second. I want to go and discuss this, right? So basically, the couple of things that you're going to be seeing rapidly are updates that most likely relate to the Bible, right? So the animation Bible for the first 3 episodes of Black Sands, it's going to have a lot of assets. It's going to have all the characters in the first 3 episodes, all the locations in the first 3 episodes, the special powers, the story narrative arcs, all that stuff. It's going to be in that animation Bible. Also, it's going to have some information about like licensing and merchandising and everything else, whatever is necessary in order to get the interest of international buyers. So a lot of this stuff is going to be kind of like under wraps. However, we're going to release a good portion of it to you guys, so you guys know exactly what the heck is going on with the Black Sands anime, right? Like, hey, what's going on? Now, obviously, you're not going to see the script, right? Obviously, you're not going to see the script because that's very confidential, right? We don't want to spoil the story, right? But we will be giving you animation tests. We will be giving you animatics, right? Not the full animatics, but at least a portion of the animatics, uninterrupted, 2 or 3 minutes, that kind of vibe. That's something that you're going to be seeing on a regular basis. All right, because our job is not just to make a show, but it's also to make content that basically goes viral on TikTok and Instagram, right? We need viral content, which means we need to show you stuff. We need to show you really dope stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing over this process, right? Let's see. Now let's continue on with this. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. The animatic for the first episode will be a significant asset in our MIPCOM presentation. This preliminary version of the episode, combining storyboards with basic movement and timing, will give potential buyers a clear vision of the show's pacing, visual style, and narrative flow. It is an invaluable tool that would allow international distributors to better visualize the final product, increasing their confidence in the project's potential. So yes, we're going to do an animatic of the entire first episode, all right? Entire first episode. As we approach MIPCOM, we'll focus on creating a powerful sizzle reel, a dynamic promotional video designed to generate excitement and showcase the unique selling points of Black Sands to international buyers. This reel will be a key tool in capturing the attention of busy executives at MIPCOM and demonstrating the global appeal of our project. So we're going to have a new trailer based almost exclusively on anime assets. All right, so none of the old stuff. It's going to be all brand new stuff. And in the final stretch before the event, we'll polish all of our materials to ensure they meet the standards for an international audience. This includes finalizing the sizzle reel and preparing additional sales collateral, such as one-sheets and pitch decks. Our team will also rehearse pitches and anticipate potential questions from international buyers, ensuring we're fully prepared to make the most of every interaction at MIPCOM. This strategic approach is designed to position Black Sands for maximum exposure and success in the international market. By arriving at MIPCOM with a polished script, compelling visuals, and clear visions of the series' global potential, we'll be well equipped to attract buyers from various countries and secure valuable partnerships. We believe Black Sands represents a significant opportunity in the growing global animation market. Our presence at MIPCOM is a critical step in realizing its full international potential. We're aiming to secure a strong interest from buyers across multiple territories, setting the stage for successful worldwide distribution. The work that we do to prepare for MIPCOM does not interfere with the production of the episodes. We are taking artifacts naturally created for the episodes and packaging them for marketing and sales of the series, a vital part of ensuring a healthy return on investment for our production. With that said, we will be through the first animatic at that time, and we can't wait to see the fruits of all our hard work. All right. So that right there means that we are going to work ASAP. And by the time MIPCOM comes around, we will have full episode number 1, animatic, done. Sizzle reel, done. Animation Bible, done. Probably the directors and producers and all that stuff hired already, right? We probably already have those things locked down. National rights is probably going to be something that we want to lead with, right? We're going to be in 500 plus theaters in the United States. So we'll probably secure that within the next 30 days, right? And we're going to be going to that show guns blazing, right? We're going to be going to that show like we were supposed to be there, right? We're looking to show something. We're going to go there like we're supposed to be here. We're the biggest thing on the block, right? And hopefully our investment round is destroying things, so that we are actually like showing massive like fan interaction, fan energy and excitement, because that matters. That matters a lot to international stage, right? They want to have people who are going out there and having fun. So let's go and look back at the investment round once again. Like I said, if you guys need to invest, this is a great time to do it, because we just got to make sure that we're locked in before Wednesday, man. Wednesday, you want to get these investor cards. By the way, before I go and check on that, before I open up the comment section for questions, because I'm going to be answering a lot of questions tonight, I just want to show you the investor cards that you're locking down, right? So obviously here, Ruby tier. That's the first tier of the Black Sands cards right there, right? Ruby tier. So anybody who wants the Ruby tier card, lock in. Bronze. We got a lot of bronze. We got a lot of bronze investors. So a lot of bronze investors are here. This is your card, 2024. We'll be able to get you that probably in like 5 weeks, 5-6 weeks, something like that, right? So 5-6 weeks. Everybody else who hasn't invested by Wednesday, they're gonna have to wait like 3 months, probably longer than that, right? Because they gotta wait a month after the investment round's over. So they might be waiting 3 to 4 months for the cards. And we got silvers. We have tons of silvers. We're going to have a really good premiere. So, all the people who are $2,000 investors, right? All the people who are $2,000 investors, they all get 4 tickets for the premiere of Black Sands, most likely in Washington, D.C., right? So they're going to bring their friends, their family, and everybody else. They're going to be having tickets for the show in Washington, D.C. So proud of you guys. There's a lot of you guys. In fact, I gotta download the list. I got to download the list. And let's see, what else? Also, the gold card, right? There's not that many people who did this because the government just doesn't allow people to get 10,000. But there are plenty of people who actually got the gold card. So I'm proud of you guys who got the gold card. Appreciate y'all. It doesn't really matter which card you have. It's just clout. It's clout to say that you were here before we were famous, right? That's all it matters. Never feel bad because you're only Ruby tier. Don't think that. Don't think that, okay? Because we're all in one big club, and we don't treat anybody differently. The only difference is the premiere can't have 5,000 people, right? The premiere can't have 5,000 people. Will destroy there's no movie theater anywhere I know that can handle 5,000 people, right? So we got to keep that number down. So we artificially put the tickets at 2,000 to lower the amount of people that's going to be able to come, right? But doesn't mean that most people will have special rights or something like that. We're all going to have our names in the credits. We're all going to have, all going to get a return on our investment in equal amounts. Early bird gets more, right? But for the most part, equal amounts. And it's just going to be a great experience, man. Let's see. All right, so I want to open up the questions. I'm also going to pull up the investment round here so you guys can see it. So yeah, let me pull that up on the screen for you guys. Boom. All right. Let's start conversation. So starting conversation now. All the questions will be answered right now. Let's see. Yes, I invested in 2020 and did not get my card then. Will I still get my 2020 card? You got to email us. You got to email us or DM us on Instagram or something, and we'll get you the link so you can order your cards. We don't have your address. We don't have your address. A lot of people DM me, right? And they get their stuff and they get to order your cards within like freaking 5 minutes, right? So just DM me on IG and I'll be able to get you that information. It's pretty quick. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to ask you one question, which is how much in total did you invest and when? And then I'm going to give you the link to the card that you qualify for. Let's see. All right, and a lot of people are talking about didn't get their cards. Like I said, same thing. You actually have to order it. So if you didn't order it, you never responded to any of the emails. That's not your fault. You just simply missed it. Now you know. Email me or DM me on Instagram or something like that, and you'll be able to get your investor card. All right, two of them for free. Let's see. If I invest another 1,000 after Wednesday, will I get 4 tickets to the premiere? Yeah, because we'll still be combining them at the very end. Like you got to understand this: when we send out the cards, when we send out the invites for the cards, it's gonna be sent based off of how much your total investment is. Sometimes people have different contracts, so it's not going to show me that. It's not going to show me your total amount. It's going to show me 2 different numbers, right? And what I'm telling you is when that happens, you're just going to respond and say, hey, I invested this much in total in the investment round. So, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna verify that. And then I'll be like, all right, you qualify as silver instead of bronze, right? So that's how it goes. If you're bronze right now, but you're gonna add another 1,000 that make you silver, and you're doing it after Wednesday because you just don't have it right now, that's not gonna stop you from getting silver. All right, just don't order bronze. All right, just don't order bronze. Wait for this. Let me know, and I'll get you the silver one. Is it spelled MIPCOM? Yeah, it is. It's spelled MIPCOM. Yeah, it's spelled MIPCOM, just like that. The card is only for clout. Yeah, the card is only for clout. It's purely clout. It's your bragging rights to say you were here before we were famous. It has nothing to do with any special power or something like that. You got profit sharing. So you're a profit sharing investor. You're going to get profits. So long as we get profits, you're going to get profits, right? And you'll get credits in the movies. And some people will get premiere tickets and stuff like that. That's the tangible things. The card is not really a tangible thing. It's just clout. Doesn't do anything special other than prove that you were here before we were famous, right? By the way, anybody who invests right now in the Black Sands anime, I'm going to pull you up and give you a shout out, okay? So if you're investing today, you haven't invested before, I'm going to pull you up and give you a nice shout out, all right? Just let me know in the comment section that you did it, all right? I'm putting the link in the comment section right now. Feel free to handle that. Let's see. What happened to the 63K you raised in 2020 for the movie? It wasn't raised for a movie. It was raised for a trailer. 100%. And you've seen the trailer on Shark Tank. You've seen the trailer on Shark Tank. So, yeah. so that's what happened. It was very expensive too. So you guys will be putting together a series of trailers for international buyers. Yeah, not a series of trailers. It's going to be one trailer and a really big Bible that shows all the stuff and a 30-minute animatic, right? So the animatic of the whole first episode, right? So that's basically what it's going to look like. Yeah. WeFunder keeps saying that I need to, hey, email them, email support, and they will help you. They've helped a lot of other people in the past with any issues with their account. So by all means, email them. Okay. Let's see. I invested 1,000 in last May 2023 and an additional 2,000 this round. The investment from 2023 considered early bird investment. If so, am I supposed to receive a card for that investment? You're supposed to get a completely different card for last year. All right. So if you haven't got a card last year, you didn't order it, right? Which means you didn't email me or you didn't respond to emails. However, you got the link to this video, you probably got it from email, right? Respond to that email with the amount of money that you invested in 2023, right? And you can order your cards for 2023 right now. And then for this investment round, it's completely separate, but 2,000 is silver tier, right? And gold is like $10,000. So it's a huge difference. So even if you combine them, you wouldn't get to gold. But gold is completely separate. It's a separate thing. Everything in this investment round is completely separate from past investment rounds. The past ones were for stock in Black Sands Entertainment, where you're all stockholders, right? And the one in the Black Sands anime is profit sharing. You guys are literally profit sharing with Black Sands Entertainment. Let me see here. Giselle said something. Let me see. Yeah, Giselle just mentioned that a lot of people keep saying they invested in 2023. If you haven't invested this year in the Black Sands anime, that's what we're talking about right now. We are not talking about Black Sands Entertainment's investment round last year. All right, that's done. Everything's done there. Everything's solid. Everybody got stock. That is locked in. We are talking exclusively about the Black Sands anime investment round that is happening this year, right now, right? And we've done amazing things too. So if you're not aware, we cast Deborah Wilson as Nuit. We cast Eddie Griffin, right, as Tahuti, right? So Eddie Griffin's Tahuti. He's literally going to be voice acting Tahuti. And we also got Michael Venom Page, UFC fighter, right, as the choreographer for SAR in the Black Sands anime. So we're doing a lot of things in the Black Sands anime. And if you're not aware of this because you just missed it somehow, right? Sometimes that happens. Algorithms, right? Relying on algorithms sometimes hides information from us. But if you missed it, there's an investment round going on right now. You need to be a part of that because if you're not a part of it, then you're going to miss out on a lot of potential growth, right? And that's just the way it is. So just be careful, okay? Let's see. This is Terry Lynn from Hoboken. I invested 2,000. I'm looking forward to the premiere and meeting you guys. Hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you too. Bring the family. Let's see. What happened to the app you created 2 years ago? It just was way too expensive to maintain. So we lost a lot of money maintaining the app, even though we had a lot of users and stuff like that. Just wasn't making any money. And since the books was making millions of dollars and the app was costing us money, we killed the app. And then we also converted all the BSP comic investors to Black Sands Entertainment. So we gave them a lifeline because usually when companies go basically close down, when companies close down their product companies like an app company, the investors get zeroed out. They get nothing, right? They get a bunch of zeros and it's a failure. We gave all of the BSP comic investors a lifeline and gave them Black Sands Entertainment stock, right, instead. So everybody lives to fight another day, right? And that was cool, right? Every now and then some people, some bets don't work, right? But we did what we did, and we did make a great app. It was a great app. It just was too expensive. You know what I mean? If it was generating revenue, that'd be a very big difference. But It wasn't generating as much revenue as it was costing. Let's see. Will the anime increase the stock limited? Will the anime increase the stock limited edition anniversary book? No clue what that means. Can you please rewrite that? Just rewrite it so I can understand it. Let's see. Will there be an after party after the premiere? Well, the thing about it is the premiere is going to have like panels and all the other stuff. So it's not going to be just, hey, you get to watch the movie and that's it. No, we're going to have like panels. We're going to talk to the director and all this other crap, right? We're going to do a lot of things. So it's not going to be a one and done. You sit down, you watch the movie, you get out, right? It's not how it's going to be. It's going to be an event. Yes, early bird is when you invest it. It's not when the money hits the account. All right, because some people transfer takes a while. Right, I'm about to check real quick. Yeah, transfer takes a while. So just be clear, just be aware of that. I just saw a couple of investments come in too just a second ago. So thank you guys so much. I see Elton did 1,000 and Walter did 250. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me go ahead and refresh this then, since we got some new numbers in there. Are we past 100K? Oh, we're right there. I mean, we're almost past 900K. We're like right there on the edge. That's funny. Are there royalties with this investment? Yes. So if you're not aware of how this works, the investors will get 30 to 33% of all profits for the Black Sands anime. So net profits. Additionally, they're going to get 110% of their original investment from the gross receipts. So that's before profits even begin. So you get basically a 10% premium in your investment before money starts being split for profits. All right. So that means that it's going to be a very safe bet for you compared to the producers, which is me, Carl Reed, stuff like that, right? Because we get paid off of the net receipts. We don't get paid off the gross receipts, right? Gross receipts have to be paid no matter what. Period. Right? That's debt, basically. You have to pay all gross receipts before you even get into net receipts. So you get a premium on gross receipts of 10% of your original investment. So if you invested 10,000, you get 11,000, and then after all that, then we do net splits, right? Where investors are getting 30 to 33% of net profits. Period. What is your email address? Just mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment.com. mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment.com or support@blacksandsentertainment.com. Are you going to MIPCOM or will a media team be there to represent? Well, Carl Reed goes there every year. So Carl Reed goes there no matter what, right? Because he sells shows all the time. Like this is not the only show he's making. He got like 4 shows, right? So he goes there every single year no matter what. He used to go for Lion Forge Animation. Now he goes for his own company, Composition Media, right? And he co-founded Lion Forge. People seem to forget that. People seem to forget that Carl Reed is not some dude who knows how to make movies. He co-founded like Lion Forge, period, and is the president of Lion Forge Animation for over a decade, right? So it's not like he's brand new to this. He's been doing it forever, right? And he's going to be there. His whole team's going to be there to sell at MIPCOM. They're very normal guests who sell at that show. And most likely I'll probably go too, just to go, right, and learn about selling internationally, because I don't know. I have no clue about how that works. So I just want to be there to understand how those conversations go, right? What to be looking for when people are talking to you on the international stage. But I will not be doing the selling for the most part. I'm just going to be a face. I'm going to be a person who's like, here's the original creator, right? And that's it. I'm not going to be the seller at all. Carl's going to handle that. Let's see. I was an early investor for this round, and I'm having a little trouble with getting to sign the contracts. You don't get to sign anything until they send it to you. All right. So this is a very important thing. Nobody is going to be signing anything until they ask for your signature. All right. So a lot of people think that they can like mess with the contract that's in your portfolio. You can't do anything until they authorize it. So don't worry about it for now. Don't be like, I'm gonna go and sign it right now. You can't. You can't. They will request it, and they're gonna have it digitally signed, right? They're gonna request it directly from you, and then I'm gonna countersign all the contracts. So 100%, you can't sign anything right now. Vanny Carter, you're having a lot of problems because I'm seeing that your questions seem to have a very negative slant on it. And they're very wrong too. So I'm starting to see a pattern here. I hope this is not really a pattern of disgruntledness, right? I hope not. But I'm gonna answer this question as if it's a positive question, right? So we invested $900K for a trailer and a Bible, not the actual series. You weren't listening. You were here this entire time. I remember. So you were here during the presentation where I said in very big detail, we're doing the animatic for the first episode of Black Sands. 3 episodes are going to be created for the for the movie theaters because we're going to the movie theaters. MIPCOM is a place to sell for movies, right? We can't sell Bibles. We have to sell entire movies, right? So people are going to be buying the movie rights in their countries, all right? So please review the campaign at wefunder.com/blacksandsanime so you can see exactly what you're investing in. If you invested at all, I'm not too sure at this point. But you know, I don't know, man. The energy is a little weird right now. There's a couple of questions now you've been asking that's been on the disgruntled side, and I'm not sure what you're disgruntled about. I think I've done more than enough to make people happy with what's currently going on right now. You know, so I don't know how it's confusing about this. We definitely didn't say $900,000 are going to a trailer and a Bible. We're saying that's our deliverables to October. Like that's exactly what we're going to be done with by October. All right. Doesn't mean that all $900,000 was spent on that only. All right. How many checks will we get before Christmas next year? One. Only one. Only one. All right. And hopefully, you're gonna get like one a year because you know it's complicated. So most of the time when we're doing the accounting and stuff like that, we do have a big audit, right, where we're looking at all the numbers. We put them all together, right? We put them all together, and then we send it out, right? We send out one check to WeFunder. They send out checks to everybody who put their information in, and that's that. And they know exactly how much you guys get because they have all the internal systems to know how much each individual's percentage of ownership is, right? So if your percentage is this much out of the entire pool, they're going to give you that slice of whatever check we send them. So if we send them a check for $5 million, right, they're going to split that up between all the investors based off of how much the percentage of your investment is compared to everybody else's. Okay? Can we still invest in Black Sands Entertainment, basically? No, that's not what this investment round is. And I don't plan on having another investment round for Black Sands Entertainment for years. All right, for years. Mostly because, you know, Black Sands Entertainment's healthy right now. We got a lot of money. And we don't spend it much. So there's no need for money right now for Black Sands Entertainment. So I'm not going to be doing investment rounds for a while. Right. So if you got in, congratulations. Real talk. Right. Because I won't be doing another investment round with Black Sands Entertainment for a minute. And as I said, if you haven't invested yet, please go right ahead to the link. The link is in the description. And I put the link in there a couple of times. wefunder.com/blacksandsanime. And you'll be able to join and be a part of the family and all that good stuff. Is it cheaper to make drawing anime instead of 3D anime? Well, it really depends. Long term, 3D anime is way cheaper. Short term, 2D anime is cheaper, right? Right. So you know, it's going to take a lot of money to make the base assets in a 3D anime. versus, and this is more creative question because we're doing 2D. Everything's 2D for Black Sands. But this is more of a creative question, right? So 3D, it costs a lot of money to make your assets, right? Your assets, but those assets are used forever. Like you never have to make them again. You make them one time and they can be used for season 5, from season 1 to season 5, the same asset over and over again. So over time, 3D is way cheaper than 2D because you could use assets over and over again, right? You don't have to keep recreating them. Whereas with 2D, it's very labor intensive. You're constantly going to be drawing every single character, every single scene forever and ever until the end of time, right? Yeah, 2D is cheaper on the short term, much more expensive on the long term. We're doing 2D though. Will the anime increase the price of the and value of the stock? Yes, yes, it will. So the value of the stock will increase if the anime does well in theaters because Black Sands Entertainment owns 50% of the anime, right? So in other words, that money that's not going to you, right? So the money that's not going to investors is going to be split between Composition Media and Black Sands Entertainment. So Black Sands Entertainment is still going to make income from the show. It's still going to be able to sell rights for merchandising, licensing for the show. So it's going to have a direct impact on the value of Black Sands Entertainment if the show does great, right? And then everybody's stock price is going to go to the moon. Everybody's stock price is going to go to the moon. So while you might not be sharing profits unless you invest in this round, you will have an increase in your stock price if the show does good. Professor Law, thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, the contracts will be they'll base WeFunder will literally ask you for your signatures. All right, so don't worry about looking for the contract or anything. So long as you already invested in Black Sands Anime, they're gonna send the contract to you. They're gonna send the contract to you and say, sign it immediately. You after you order it. Okay, so one thing about these cards, right? All these cards right here have to be ordered. We don't know your address. We don't know anything about you other than your name and the fact that you invested in Black Sands and how much you invested. That's the only information that's really given to us. Also, your email address and stuff like that. But we don't know your physical address. And some people invested years ago, right? And they need their cards. So they might have moved multiple times. So what we've been doing is we've been emailing people in mass emails to get them to basically contact us with their information and then order their cards. They'll order their cards from our website. The only thing you're going to be paying for is shipping. All right, shipping's like $7.50 or something, right? You're not going to pay for the cards because we usually give out a discount code that gives you 100% off 2 cards. The reason why the cards are $100 in the store is so nobody buys 10 cards, right? I don't want you guys to go overboard because I have a limited amount of cards, right? And then one person says, I'm getting 20 cards, then they're going to screw everybody else over, right? But everybody can get 2 cards, right? And mostly because most families, most couples invest together. They don't invest separately. So I thought, hey, everybody needs to get at least 2 cards, right? That way, the family can get their cards. So you get 100% off 2 cards, and all you gotta do is cover shipping. That's it, right? And you get all your information. Usually be there about 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days is how long it takes for stuff to ship domestically. Lastly, what was the thing about the cards that I also need to know? Oh yeah, so once you guys contracts locked in, we'll be able to order the cards, right? And usually ordering cards takes about 3 weeks, right? It takes 3 weeks for the cards to be printed, shipped here from China, whatever, right? And then you guys can order them, right? You guys can order from them. So that's how it works. Okay. Yeah, I'm ignoring him. When is going to happen to our funds for the 2020? What is going to happen to our funds from the 2020 round? I don't know what that means. You got stock. You got stock in the company, so you do have shares in the company. I don't know about the funds. The funds is long gone from 2020. 2020, we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff between 2020 and 2023. All that money's gone. We have new money, but all that money from back then, that is gone. Now, as far as your shares are right there in your WeFunder portfolio. And if you actually go to your WeFunder portfolio, you'll see that they added a new feature. It's called unrealized gains. So unrealized gains is basically how much the stock price of your stock has changed over a period of time, right? So let's say you invested $5,000 in 2020 and it says a 700% increase in stock price, then it'll give you like a number that's like, I don't know, $3,500. I mean, $35,000 instead of 5,000, right? Because it's 7 times more, right? And they'll be like, that's your unrealized gains, right? Your unrealized gains, because obviously you can't sell the stock. It's a private company, and we're not, until we go public, you can't sell the stock. But that's unrealized gains. So they have that feature. Check it out. Go to your portfolio, and you should be able to see that. Thank you, Seed. What's this, man? We're knocking on the door for 900,000. Yeah, yeah. We gotta get 900,000. We gotta get 900,000. Let me see. I think I just got an email. Let me see. Hey, we're over. That's what I'm talking about. So we got Devontae did 1,000 and Leon did 1,000. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. Devontae and Leon. We just knocked it. So we are over. Oh, I forgot to share it, right? Let me share something. Here you go. Here you go. We're over 900K. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, okay. Good question. Good question here. So early bird investors, right? Early bird investors. And I think it's best to actually show it on the screen. So let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. So if you look on the right side of the screen, right? If you look on the right side of the screen right here, right? It tells you crowdfunding financial agreement, right? And it says investors will receive 110% recruitment of investments from Oh, okay. I was wondering. I lost connection for a second. My bad. So let me read this again, right? Investors, we're looking on the right side of the screen. Crowdfunding financial agreement, right? And it says investors will receive 110% recruitment of the investment from gross receipts, then 30% of net receipts from episodes 1 to 3, or 33% for early bird investors and VIPs in perpetuity. All right. So in other words, what it means is net receipts, you're going to get 30 to 33%. If you're an early bird investor, so you invested before 750K was raised, then you're going to get a 33% rate. However, or in other words, 10% bonus, right? You can get a 10% bonus return on your investment than somebody else who's investing after 750K. All right, so that's how it works. What numbers are you using to calculate and determine that Black Sands will bring in 100 to 150 million dollars? Well, 100, that's actually just based on comps. So we're using very, I'd say mid-level comps when it comes to anime and the global box office, right? So we're not using like Demon Slayer as like a comp where it did 500 million. No, we're using like regular global anime releases. And typically what it does is over the international market does about $100 million internationally. So when it comes to us, we're just looking at those comps. We are not including the fact that we're making a Black anime in the United States, and Black anime doesn't even freaking exist in the United States. So we might have an absolutely ridiculous premiere and box office in the United States. We're not talking about that. We're looking at like numbers that are very casual in the United States. So like maybe $20 million or something. Very, very casual in the United States. But that might not be the case in the United States, right? We do have Black Panther effect type energy out here in Black. And so long as we don't coon, right? So long as we don't pander to Hollywood and stuff like that and make it unapologetically Black experience, most likely we're going to go hyper viral on the internet, on Instagram, on TikTok, and people are going to buy. And, you know, we break that 50 million domestically, or, you know, might even break 100 million domestically. Remember, the Sound of Freedom did like $200 million in the US, all because a specific group of people said they were going to watch that movie no matter what. Right? It wasn't a large demographic. It was a very narrow demographic, but they were super in it. They were super into it. So if we're super niche and we have a very nice slice of America that's all in on Black Sands, we could do some serious damage. Let's see. How soon will you hit Netflix? Damn sure not Tubi, but Netflix or HBO? Probably, I don't know. I have no clue. We'll see. Like, that's not really our main concern. Our main concern is doing good at the box office, right? And let them do a bidding war. I would love a bidding war, right? I think having a strong box office will make them do a bidding war. So I think we're not going to sell those rights until after the box office. Hey, Philip Jack said $900,000 raised from 909. That's a lot of investors. You ever think about that for a moment? Did y'all ever think about that for a moment? That we have like we just started this. We just started this, and even privately we started this about, I'd say, a week ago, right? And publicly we've been around for maybe 4 days, right? So publicly we've been around 4 days, but we've been out maybe 10 days max, right? And we have 919 investors. That's some serious numbers right there. So I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys coming in, doing damage, big damage, big damage. So you guys are killing it right now, and appreciate y'all for real. Let's see. Someone said, do I still hold stock? I have no clue what that means. You can't lose your stock. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Try to check the other questions. Will it be too late to invest Friday? Probably for the initial lock-in. You can still invest on Friday, but I think the lock-in will happen before Friday. I think the lock-in will probably happen on Wednesday or something like that. So just be aware of that, okay? You can invest whenever you want, but as I said, the early lock-in will probably happen on Wednesday. Let's see what we got here. So one thing we're going to do is this. Hopefully we'll hit $1 million by Wednesday. I'm going to do a lot of campaigning tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing big campaigning on Instagram and YouTube for the most part. And we're going to try to push that number as much as we possibly can, right? Try to hit to that $1 million before we lock. But whatever we at by Wednesday, we're locking because we got to work. We got to work. Okay, let's see here. Hey, man, well, this is a question that has to do with the Black Sands Ultimate Editions. I ordered the complete volume 1 through 5, but I only got 2 number 2s instead of the number 5. What the heck is that? No, it was probably a mistake. 100%. Just email us, okay? Now, you order from me, so I know you got my email, so just respond to one of my emails and say, hey, I ordered 1 through 5, and I got 2 number 2s instead of 1 through 5. I need number 5. Right, and we'll send you ultimate number 5 signed. Okay, I'll send it to you directly. It's not a problem. Yeah, we're gonna have massive outreach when it comes to the movie. Right, we're gonna do everything. We're gonna do everything for advertising. Will there be another round for the anime? No, this is the only round. This is the only round for the anime, and then it comes out. Period. We're not going to be asking for more money after we hit 2.25 million. That's it. Once we're done with that, we're going to be going straight to theaters. Period. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really realize that. Like nobody does this. Nobody does this in this age. Everybody screws over investors. So all these capitalists like CEOs, they just screw their investors over. They don't care. So long as they can buy their little yachts, right? And they can go and buy their third or fourth home. They don't care if the investors are screwed, right? So when it came to us, when we converted all that stock over, I had to give up like $1 million of stock out of my pocket. I had to give up $1 million in stock in order to make that happen. But at the end of the day, right? I don't want to ruin my reputation. So, I'm here. I'm here. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I care more about my reputation. I care more about trust. So yeah, I gave up $1 million of stock. That's the way it is, and the BSP investors seem pretty happy about that decision. So I made the right call. I made the right call on that, right? Let's see. WeFunder will have control of the distribution of the money. What will be the cost to us for that to happen? Nothing. They already have these systems built in. And I ain't doing it. I ain't sending out checks for freaking 2,000 different people. No way. so WeFunder already has this in place because some companies do distribution. Sometimes it's what's the word for it? You people companies usually do. They do like cash distribution sometimes, profit sharing and stuff like that, revenue share. So companies have done this in the past plenty of times, right? And or dividends, right? Dividends. And because they don't want to do it the way they used to, where those big Fortune 500 companies do it, because Fortune 500 companies pay like literally like $10 million a year on accounting alone, just accounting, right? Because most companies that are startups don't have that ability. WeFunder handles it, and they don't charge anything extra because they already charged us. All right, when we raise $2.25 million, WeFunder is going to take like $150K. Do you understand? WeFunder's already taken money from us, so they're not going to be they're not charging a significant fee, if at all, for the entire process, right? I don't think they are at all because that hasn't been disclosed to me. Most likely, it won't happen. They already take a massive amount of money from every company that invests on that raises on their platform, about 7.5%. So when companies are raising millions of dollars each, and there's like 50 companies on the platform at any given time, they're making plenty of money without, robbing people of their returns. Giorgio said, if you're a stockholder, it will be wise to invest in this round. Yeah, you might as well, man, because you'll get a return on this one. You don't have to wait 5 years. Brand new game. When will WeFunder send the contract out? Probably Wednesday, maybe Friday, something like that. In regards to credits, can we provide our family name? In regards to the credits, can we provide our family name if only one member was able to invest, or will it need to be the person who invested? I'm fairly certain I won't be able to customize this because there's a lot of people. So most likely it's going to be the name that's on the investment, most likely. Robert Holmes said he invested 4,000 in 2023 and 2,000 this time. Thank you, Robert, for real. Big dog, big boss, big boss, big boss. By the way, anybody who just walked in, If you don't know, we have a Black Sands anime round right now on WeFunder that you can invest in. We're locking these investments this week so people can get their cards early and stuff. If you want to be one of those people, just go to wefunder.com. I'm putting it in the description right now. So I'm putting it in the chat. Click that link, invest in the Black Sands anime round, and be one of the team. Right? It's different from Black Sands Entertainment. It is the anime and it's profit sharing. Let's see. Will WeFunder necessarily what will WeFunder provide necessary tax forms? No clue. I have no clue. I have no clue. Question: do you happen to know the investment to the percentage ratio on returns? I have no clue what that question means, but 30 to 33% of net profits. That's it. That's it right there. So we didn't have, that's not going to scale. So long as we hit 2.25 million, that's the numbers. Right? Now, if we get less than that, let's say we do 1.5, then yes, it will scale down. But as of right now, that's the numbers. 30 to 33% of net profits. Can we ask for a discount for international shipping? Absolutely not. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. International shipping is the worst. The worst. And there's nothing Black Sands can do about them crazy fees. Right? We ain't going to front it because them fees are crazy. Them fees are absolutely out of control. So, nah. That's the burden of international peeps that want physical stuff. It sucks, but that's the way it is. With that being said, if you're just getting the investor cards, it should be cheap still. It shouldn't be that expensive because it's a letter. It's like a letter size, right? It's nothing big, nothing heavy. So, it has some weight, but it's not heavy. So you should be able to get a nice price on international shipping for the cards, right? If you're getting books, though, yeah, you're paying like $60 because the books are heavy. Yeah, let's speak into existence, Sabrina. Appreciate you. Wednesday to Friday, most likely. For people who already invested. So just to be clear, I send you my address via email. No, you don't send me your address via email. You order the cards from my website, and you're gonna put your address in during the ordering process so they can ship it to you. Yeah, so it's like ordering a book. It's the same thing as ordering a book. Same process. What city theaters do you expect the anime to be played at? All of them. All of them. 500 theaters is a lot of theaters. 500 theaters. There's only 50 states, right? There's only 50 states and 500 theaters. So that's 10 theaters on average per state. It's going to be in every major city, most likely. Every major city in the U.S. I think. Oh, let me catch up because I think a lot of comments that were happening. I missed them all. Let me see here. I'm trying to catch up. This is like what time is it now? Damn, I'm looking at comments from 15 minutes ago. Ugh. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to catch up. I'm gonna skip a whole bunch of questions because I feel like I already answered a lot, and I'm just gonna go for unique questions. Uh, let's see. This is a good question. How long will the profit sharing checks last? So long as there's profits to be made, perpetuity for the first 3 episodes. First 3 episodes in perpetuity. Look on here. Look on the right side of the screen. It says Right here, it says here on the screen, it says then 30 to 33%. Then 30% of net profits, net receipts from episode 1 to 3, or 33% for early bird investors and VIPs in perpetuity. So yeah, perpetuity. Let's see what we got here. Is it too late to adjust our early bird investment? Yes, it is. However, you can still invest more money. It'll just be at the regular rate, right? It'll be at the regular rate. It won't be at the early bird rate. Two completely different contracts are going to be sent your way. You're going to have to sign two different contracts. Will you be selling the anime on Blu-ray after it's done in theaters? Most likely. Most likely. ETA release date. Summer. We're trying to hit summer. So we'll tell you what happens on MIPCOM, but if MIPCOM goes well, summer's definitely locked in. Will this anime raise also cover advertising when the movie is ready, or will there be a post-production raise? Well, there's no more raises that will happen. However, our partners, right, distribution partners, and all the other stuff, and government credits and everything else, we're gonna be raising a lot of money through like sales, actual sales, right, and distributors investing. Because you understand, like movie theaters in the U.S., that's like a distributor, and that distributor is going to be investing a lot when it comes to trailers, when it comes to promotional materials and everything else, because they want to make a lot of money. They want to sell a lot of tickets, so they're going to be fronting a lot of money, and that's on the gross receipts. So that has nothing to do with this raise. This raise is covering the entire production of the Black Sands anime, the physical production, right? And all the other costs, that's going to be done through sales, most likely, over the next, from October to like February. Lots of sales, lots of sales. Let's see. Someone said we don't have a stock price now. Whatever the investment was last year, which is $7.14, that's the stock price. It doesn't change. It doesn't change until we do a new investment round. So if we don't do another investment round ever again, it'll be $7.14 forever, right? Until we raise capital again. Until we raise capital again. Oh, we got past the number. My bad. I forgot to refresh it. Let me see. Oh yeah, we are at 901,000. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Link again, please. Oh yeah, I already did that. Let's see. Are you considering doing your next project in the same way? The movie, yes. So the full first season of Black Sands, no. Right? The full first season of Black Sands, no, because there's not really much money to be made. There's not much money to be made on distribution for regular TV streaming. But the next movie is most likely going to be The First Pharaoh. So if you guys read The First Pharaoh, you know what to expect, right? You know what to expect if you read The First Pharaoh. That's going to be the second movie coming out, and that one will have another investment round for it. All right. And everybody should have already got a check by then. So I better see people investing like $20,000, right? If you already got a big old check from Black Sands by the time that round begins, I better see numbers like 20K. I better see some huge numbers. Is it possible to invest in WeFunder if you're located in Canada? Nope. Canada doesn't like crowdfunding at all. Canada has a big beef with crowdfunding. So you better find you a family member in the UK or a family member in the US to help invest on your behalf, because it ain't going to happen in Canada. Carl Oliver, I invested $1,000 in 2023 and $2,500 in this round. Amen. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Azaroff said, sorry, I meant if I invested 10K, what would my percentage be of the net? Uh, I have no clue. It's just 10K. It's just 10K no matter what. Like at the end of the day, the math, I don't know how the math it works exactly, so this is an exact number, but if if 2.25, right? 2.25 or whatever is the total amount that you guys invested, right? And let's say we have a distribution check of freaking $10 million, right? $10 million distributed to the investors, right? They're gonna like divide like 2.25, right, out of that 10 million, right? That 10 million, and then just give you that money. So if you had 10,000, it'll probably be like 40,000, right? Out of a $10 million check, right? Because that's your cut that's like your percentage of the total investment. You know what I mean? But the money that we send to them, right? That's it. That's already assuming that we're giving you that 30 to 33% already. So that's like a lump sum of all that money combined, right? And then they're going to divide it based off of, right, the total investor pool, right, divided by that number, or that number divided by the total investor pool. We haven't done it yet. We haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna wait until payday. So I'm gonna wait until payday for you guys. So when payday comes around, I think that's after Friday. When payday comes around, then I'm gonna send that discount code to all the investors. It's gonna be like a 60% discount code. All right, 60% discount code for most books, and like 70% for certain bundles. All right, so that's gonna be a massive, massive discount for you guys. We're also gonna have box prices. So if you want to buy like product in bulk, so you can like distribute it to friends and family and stuff like that. We're gonna give you that opportunity to do that as well. So you can buy entire boxes for like freaking damn near 70% discount or something like that. That's just so you can like spread the love, right? A lot of people with means like to spread the love. So you'll be able to do that if you want next weekend. Will Black Sands go IPO after the movie comes out? Maybe 3 years afterwards, 2 to 3 years afterwards. I want critical mass. So I want massive numbers before we get to that point where we go public, right? That way everybody can get a massive return on their investment for selling their stock, right? We can hold the line for like a year or so and then go private again. I don't want to be on the stock market forever. I just want to do it to let people unload their stock and then go back private. I don't want to be open forever at all because I don't like the way the stock market works. I don't like the fact that, ultra billionaires can tank a company just because they feel like it. If they all say, we're going to bet against this company, we think it's going to do badly, then everybody else will follow them because allegedly they're the big brains in the world, right? And now all of a sudden the company's value can tank even if they're doing good, simply because a whole bunch of billionaires said most likely they're going to do bad. So I hate that concept, especially when it comes to black companies. I don't want any of these freaking nutcases from like the Heritage Foundation talking about how Black Sands is the bad company to invest in. So so I'll be on the market for a very short period of time, just so people could unload their stock if they want to unload it, and then I'm going to go private again, and maybe I'll go again public again 5 years from then at $1 billion valuation. Never know, right? But that's how I'm planning on doing it. That's my strategy. That's how I'm gonna do it. Will it be in theaters overseas and in Africa? Absolutely, 100%. That's what MIPCOM's for. MIPCOM. So if you're new here, if you missed the earlier meeting, please review this meeting afterwards. It's going to be uploaded on YouTube. Please review it earlier because earlier we were talking about MIPCOM and selling international rights. So definitely review that. It was pretty good information. The second time I invested, I never received a signed copy of Black Sands. I contacted WeFunder twice and have not received a signed copy yet. I have no clue what you mean. A second time I invested, I never received a signed copy of Black Sand. I don't know what that means. You mean like a contract? What year? When did you invest? This year or last year? Because a lot of people got refunded last year. People that invest after we hit maximum, if we hit max and then you invest after that, you're gonna get refunded. A lot of people got refunded. I think so far we've had like 1,200 people over the course of all our investment rounds be refunded because they invested after the round was basically over. The government doesn't allow you to close the round immediately. You gotta wait 6 days. So a lot of people invest thinking they still can, and then they get refunded. So a second investment, especially if a second investment is happening at the very, very end, it could be refunded. And because it got refunded, it's never going to get a contract because that was canceled. Yeah, Giorgio, that's how the process works, man. You got to go to MIPCOM, sell international rights directly to all these different countries and stuff like that. If you get good price rates, if they're interested, you could do a lot of damage early to like fund the entire production, and then you don't have to worry about distribution later on. Like you already have, I'm gonna be in, I'm gonna be in 45 theaters in Dubai. I'm gonna be in 300 theaters in France, right? You're gonna know that. You're gonna know that up front. So yeah, and also digital translations. So a lot of people are going to be doing a what's it called, dub rights, right? So they're going to be doing French dub right off the bat, first day, right? Portuguese dub, first day, right? You don't have to wait a long time to get those international dubs because you're selling them at MIPCOM. Stockholders also receive a check. Nope. Nope. Only people who invest in this round will be receiving profit sharing because it's a film. It's a film project. Film projects are almost always profit sharing if they're legit. If it's a legit film project, it's going to have profit sharing because usually angel investors are doing the investing. You know what I'm saying? And movies are risky, right? It's one product. If it doesn't do well, it you lose money. Period. Right? So if you guys, if we bomb at the movie theaters, you will get no money. I'll get no money, and most likely, movies for Black Sands is doomed forever. Right? So it's all in. It's all in. Right? We have to make this work. But like I said, because it's a risky investment, right? And there's no long-term game plan. It's one release. You either hit or you don't, right? People have to have a very strong return, and it has to be immediate. So that's why it's profit sharing. Anime people, I mean, people who invest in Black Entertainment, they got stock in the company. That's safe. The company makes products all the time, grows over years, right? So that's safe. It's a much safer investment than a movie, you know. So two different terms. Yeah, Riato, it's not too late. Get in there, baby. uh, oh, somebody just confirmed it. I guess Fatima just confirmed. Yes, WeFunder will send tax information. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know. I didn't really have an answer for you, but I guess they do send tax information. Let's see. I invested 2K and confirmed on August 10th. Today, I increased my investment to 2,500. It makes sense. Will that change the percentage? The extra $500, the extra $500, that's going to be at the 30% most likely. The money that's at the first 2K, even though you confirmed yesterday, right? It still counts when you did the original reservation. So the original reservation for 2K, That's locked in. That won't change. The extra 500 will most likely be regular rate. How long does this round last? Probably about 3 months, most likely. Probably about 3 months. Can you please provide the website to order the cards? No, you got to email me. Email me if you want the old cards. The new cards aren't set up yet. The old cards are set up. Hi, this is Douglas Walton. I just invested. I just invested $250. I also invested a couple of years ago in a Black Sands Entertainment startup. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. To confirm, when I get home, I'm in the car now. Got you, Laverne. If I invest before Wednesday, will I receive a check? I don't know what you mean. Everybody's received a check. Period. Black Sands anime, right? The Black Sands anime, so long as it does decent money at the box office, everybody who invests in the Black Sands anime will get profit sharing, no matter what. All right. So long as it does decent at the box office, everybody's getting a check, regardless if they're early bird or if they're regular bird. All right. So don't worry about that. Now, I'm not guaranteeing big checks because I don't know how it's going to do in the box office. But if it does well, we're going to get paid. Yes, email me about the cards. Any cards that you have from previous investment rounds, not this one, previous investment rounds. If you're owed a card for Black Sands Entertainment, email me and I'll be able to get you that information pretty quickly. I did come in late. Was anything mentioned about theater streaming services? Yeah, we're going to deal with that after the movie release. We kind of want to have a bidding war. So we don't want to sell our rights to these streamers too early, right? We want to see if we knock it out the park at the box office. Because if we do knock it out the park at the box office, bidding war, right? Bidding war. I want a bidding war. I haven't received any check from the comics. You never will. All right. There is no dividends for Black Sands Entertainment. No dividends for Black Sands Entertainment. Never was offered. Stock is the only thing that people invested in Black Sands Entertainment, and that's it. You have stock. It's in your portfolio on WeFunder, and it increases or decreases over time. So far, it's been increasing. So, yeah, that's what you got. There will be no checks. Let's see. Where do we get to the 60% of the Black Sands? Where do we get the 60% on Black Sands comics? Oh, you talking about the discount code? Yeah, that's going to be next weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to send you emails. So I'm sending everybody emails. I'm sending updates on WeFunder and updates on Patreon. All right. So updates on WeFunder, updates on Patreon, and email. All three ways. All right. So you'll be able to use your 60% discounts to buy whatever you want from the Black Sands store. Should the goal margin be changed of the first goal to the next? I don't know what that means. Kirk, rewrite that. I just don't know what it means. Is there any more seasons of the anime we'll be able to invest in? The movie. Any movies. All movies. Every single movie we do, we're going to allow investors in. Regular seasons, not very profitable, right? They're more like commercials. They're not really profitable. So I wouldn't worry about investing in those. You're not going to get any good money off of that, but definitely off of the movies. All right. Movies is where you're going to get a return on your investment. It's not 3 movies. It's 1 movie. It's 3 episodes combined into 1. So 30-minute episodes. See, what happens is when we go to a streaming service, right? Like let's say Netflix, HBO, whatever. When we go to a streaming service, they're going to have 3 episodes. They're not going to have 1 big movie, right? But in movie theaters, it's going to be 1 big movie, right? You understand? So that's how it works. A good example would be like Mugen Train, right? Mugen Train is 3 episodes. I mean, it's a couple of episodes of Demon Slayer, when it's on television. So when it's on a streaming network, it's not one movie. It's like multiple episodes, right? The Mugen Train arc or whatever. So that's how it works. They did multiple episodes and they put it together as a movie so they can get a lot of money at the box office, and then they put it on TV as multiple episodes. All right, so I think I'm good. I think I'm good when it comes to here. Let's go and check this campaign one last time, see where we're at. But yeah, 100%. If you guys, at this point in time, up that number, share it with your family and friends. Try to get the word out. Let's try to push to 100K before the investment round early contracts end. So that should be like the end of the week, right? So let's try to get that number up. I'm going to be campaigning hard on social media tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great night. Really enjoy yourselves. And remember, we did 900,000. We did 900,000 on opening weekend. Next week, we're also getting a lot of dedicated emails too. That's awesome. So next week, we're gonna get a lot of promo from WeFunder. WeFunder is gonna promote us a lot. So we're doing good right now. It's gonna be a long campaign. It's gonna be a long campaign. But if we get a couple of directors, if we get a couple of composers, and one specific voice actor, we should be able to burst our way to 2.25 million, right? We got to get certain wins on the board, right? But if we do those wins on the board, we should be able to burst our way to 2.25 million. It's very hard to raise money at these kind of numbers. These numbers are big numbers. So we're gonna need to fight for every single inch. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited. I'm glad you guys are all here with me. I hope I answered all your questions. I hope I clarified things. If there was any questions at all about anything, right? I just hope I was clear. I hope I was. Oh, somebody said 2.25 million. Please explain. That's how much it costs. Yeah, $2.25 million. That's how much it's going to cost to do all the 3 episodes. Just the production. That's the manpower, right? So yeah, that's what it is. All right. So if you're not aware of that, that's what we're raising in total, like the entire investment round, the maximum, $2.25 million. Yeah, it snuck that question in, right? Snuck that question in at the very last moment. Let's see. Yeah. So appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for being here, Manuel Godoy from Black Sands. I am out. Peace.